Genau.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our MySwimRun-Championships webinar, where we are trying to get you into the season and kind of get you warmed up for the MySwimRun-Championships series. And my name is Martina. I'm trying to host the whole webinar. I'm trying to get warm with my English again, which is pretty difficult. But yeah, let's try if we can just start with our webinar. I'm very proud to host it for my SwimRun World Championships with the help of Andreas, who is also in the call. And hello. And today we want to get with you into the season, tell you something about us, tell you something about how to get prepared for the cold water, especially because our first races this year, they are going to be maybe a bit fresh. So it could be that Toya can be around 15 degrees in the water. So there are some nice tricks to just get used to the cold water and also get the right equipment for this time. Then we are going to share with you some technique tips, how you can train properly for the swim run season, and also some equipment tips coming then later on from Stefan, who will just join in a few minutes. And and then I will forward the whole webinar to Andreas, who will just tell us something about the MySwimRun-Championships rules and ranking and all that stuff. And and then we are happy to share some upcoming events and some news. And so, yeah, I hope you just enjoy the next 60 minutes. And we are also ready for your questions. So every time you want to share or ask something, just let us know about it in the chat. So here we go. My name is Martina Bolvari. I'm a swim and run coach, also a fitness trainer, open water swimmer, ultra runner since 2016. I won the Backwaterman 14K 2 years ago, and won the swim run marathon last year. Did also Atelier World Championships with my swim run partner. And I'm very happy to own the European champion in the half distance from the SwimRun-Championships from last year. So I'm trying to get this year maybe the World Championships, but if not, I'm very happy if someone else of you is going to get the crown of the MySwimRun World Championships. So the next one is Stefan Sponer, but he will introduce himself once he just arrived in our meeting. So I would just skip this part then. And we'll go to the section how to prepare for the cold water. So there are some nice tricks how you can just start in the cold water. So I guess everyone who's around now in the call, I guess your water is kind of maybe 15 or 14 degrees probably, the water. So let us just know in the chat how cold or how warm the water is currently, or just speak it out loud. And I'm just curious about. So I was in the water yesterday. It had 17 degrees. But I guess it will go backwards as the temperature will just drop. So yeah, 17 in Vienna. Oh, 11 degrees. That's pretty cold, Rebecca. So I hope you are just well prepared with neoprene and gloves and all that stuff. And if you just start from the beginning, if the water is still too cold to really go for a longer distance into the cold water or into the open water, it's recommendable to start at the pool, to just build this foundation up. if your goal is, for example, to swim 3 kilometers in a swim run race, it would be good to cover this amount of kilometers in your weekly period of training time, and also to build then longer intervals. So once you go into the cold water, you go into the open water, you should be then able to just have the endurance to to swim for a longer time. So, and also try to build up your technique so you can easily glide through the water, and just be able to really lean into the water and try to really glide through it with the least amount of power you need. There are specific exercises for the open water, also for swim run. I would just come to them later on. So once you are preparing in the pool, your techniques and also you train your endurance, also have every time in mind, or be aware of being in dangerous situations, of practicing this orientation. So this means having also the ability to rise your head up, so you can really look up and check your environment, what you kind of need to see, and also how would you behave if there is, I don't know, something on your leg, or there's something disturbing, or so practice these dangerous situations. You just need to go backwards because there is a boat or something else. Would need to go back to the shore, and really try to be always in focus of your environment, of how you can check your environment and practice this orientation by lifting your head up and checking your environment. Also try to practice under the water your environment, your orientation. So you really check also in the pool, you check who is around you, can you see some legs or what else. Then if the time has come up and you want to go to open water, you want to really jump into the lake and and just spin a few rounds in your favorite lake, or you are ready to really start the swim run season by running through your favorite or to your favorite lake and just jump in. There are a few tips you can really try or really be aware of, especially when you're feeling anxious, when you want to build up your endurance, when you also want to get used to this cold temperature in the water. Start at the shore. So also when you now start the swim run season, and I guess you all have experience in swim run, and you're all already prepared for the swim run season. But still, if you now jump into the cold water, be aware that once you really cross a lake, cross a river, be aware that the temperature may go down the deeper you go into the water. So when you start at the shore, the water temperature would just be the same. And sometimes it can be really scary when you feel the temperature is getting colder and colder, and you just can't see the shore, or you can see that the shore is still far, far away. So my recommendation is really try to stay at the shore. Once you feel safe with the cold in the water, you can also go ahead and cross the river, but only with your safety buoy, or try to really go with your swim run partner or your training partner, and just to be really in a safe position, so you can help each other once there is something you need to go back to the shore, or whatever there might be. And as you all know, swim run is very good for the acclimatization to the cold. So you have these really short swims, I mean, you can expand your swims once the water temperature rises up, but at the beginning, when it's still too cold, you can also just start with really short swims, let's say 100 meters, 200 meters, and then you just go out, run, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes, or maybe 5 minutes just to warm up a bit. And then you can go again into the water and start again with 100 and 200. So I guess you all have the experience that, especially in the beginning, when you start your swim run, the first swim is always the coldest and the last as well, because then you are really tired and just want to go home maybe. But yeah, so in the beginning, you really need to, because you're already warmed up, you just went to the lake and you put up all your swim run clothes, maybe the sun was shining, so you are already really warmed up, and then you run to the lake, you do your first jump into the water, and yeah, and it's really scary then to feel the cold water. You're kind of really scared, and try to get used to this cold water. So start slow, start very short in distance, and try to really get into a gliding swim where you can just really then put your head slowly into the water if you have really problems with getting your head into the water, into the cold water. And after a time, you just got used to the open water. You did a lot of swim running. You are now feeling okay. I'm safe. I got used to the cold water, or I can now maybe leave the sleeves at home because everything is warm enough. And so you feel kind of safe in the open water. And now the question is really, are you now a pro? Or so how can you now extend your skills on swim running? And the best thing is to work really on your body position in the water, to kind of have a really good gliding position in the water. So for us swim runners, it's pretty easy to get this really good swim position because we have the buoy. And as you all know, the bigger the buoy, the more it will lift you really up. But once you have you are now in the water and you can still glide. So the main thing is to really lean into the water, work on your efficiency of your strokes. So try to really um, keep your hand really forward and try to really then pull down your hand until the very end of your leg. So as far as your arm goes down, you should try to really push it down as well. You can also train your orientation then, because after a time when you got used to the cold, you can now try to really swim smaller distances or kind of swim in zigzag forms through the cold water or through the water. And every time you do this, you search for an orientation point, maybe a tree, maybe a emergency ring, or how is it called? I guess you know what I mean. Or maybe a house, or whatever you see, what you really can easily see through all the water. Focus your target, and then try to swim to this target and try to really lift up your head. Maybe after 6 or 10 strokes, you lift up your head and you again put your head down, you check again, and then you swim again your maybe 6 to 10 strokes just to check it then.
Recording in progress.
So
Who is recording?
sorry.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah, and you can also train your body position, your efficiency with all types of of swimming gear, for example, with fins or a pool buoy and paddles. So try to really spice up also your training in open water. So you can go to the lake and do some intervals with your fins, or you can do some intervals with your pool buoy, or only with paddles. You can also put your shoes on, or you can just do swim run. But when you try to train only your swimming skills, then you can also spice it up with the whole equipment you have at home. And what I already said is if your lake is small, you only have one lake around, you can always as you know, swim then, run out, take a round around the lake, search for another orientation point, and then just keep it focused and so you can practice your orientation. And the main tip, I guess, for us now, if we start with our neoprene, is really to use Vaseline. How do you call it? Vaseline. Just to really have it here around the neck, have it under your arms, or wherever your neoprene might kind of disturb on your skin. All right then. So coming to the efficient technique, so there are kind of practices you can do to really practice your technique, which will save you a lot of energy. So practice your water feeling means having the feeling to really feel the pressure in your hand once you put your hand into the water. So you already feel your pressure here, and then lifting or pulling down your arm, pulling down to your leg. So really always when you swim, search for the water feeling, search for the pressure in your hand. You can practice this with with your paddles, but once you put your paddles down, you will use this water feeling for an amount of time. You will practice your water feeling or the pressure of the water in your hand much more easily if you try to swim by closing your hands and just crawling with these closed hands for, let's say, 25 meters or 50 meters, how long you can do this. And after this, you will open your hands, swim again 50 or 25 meters, and you will feel this water feeling. So this is really a nice exercise if you have a day where you are searching for this pressure and you can't find it. These are also days which might then cause these problems. Really try to lean into the water. So there are really, what I practice with my clients a lot of times, especially when we start in the open water, is that we swim, let's say 10 strokes, and after this time I tell them to really lean on their back and just really try to be in the water, not moving, and really just enjoying this very short period of time just lying in the water and feeling that the water will carry you. So when you crawl now in the open water, and for example, you have waves coming, you have wind coming, really try to lean into the water. Don't fight against the water. Don't fight against the waves, because you will lose this fight. Really try to go with the waves, lie into the water, and try to feel how your stroke or the frequency of your stroke will improve how you can move with the waves. So this is a very tricky thing going on, but you can practice this a lot as well in your lake, in your preferred lake, or whatever kind of water is around you. So the more you work with the water and not against the water, you really will feel how efficient you can really just glide into the water without losing a lot of energy. and you will still be as fast as you were when you did a lot of work in the water. Really practice a really strong stroke. So you go with your hand into the water and you pull down your hand. So you really strongly really use this section of the stroke to really get a lot of pressure here in the hand, and then try to really push down as fast or as strong as you can. You can practice this also with a pool buoy or with your paddles, and by counting your strokes, for example. So the stronger your stroke is, the less strokes you will need to get, for example, to the end of your pool. So try to really count your strokes. How many strokes do you need for swimming 50 meters, 25 meters? And then try to reduce it every time you do again, the line. And yeah, you can do also a lot of things with your posture, with your core tension, also with the help of a pool buoy and strength training. So when you hold your pool buoy between your legs, really make sure you are strong in your core, and you really are in the water, just not like a flummy, like a gummy ball, or really keep the strength in your stroke, and really try to be really strong in your core. You can really practice this in the swimming time. So when you swim with a pool buoy and paddles, you really need to make sure you have a strong core, or you do really strength training with all different types of, you all know, lifting kettlebells up, just holding them, or doing really stomach exercises, back exercises, lifting heavy by doing squats and so on. So really everything what needs to engage your core will make sure you have a core stability, which will then carry you easily through the water. As I already said, these gliding exercises, like really counting your arm pulls, really trying to lean into the water. This will all things will these will be things which really can be really helpful to just improve your swimming technique. Then, as well, as you all know, I'm sure you already booked all your MySwimRun-Championships races. So I guess there is a race plan coming up for you. And now to really efficiently prepare for all these kind of things, because we are all working. We are not paid. We're not getting paid for doing swim run, unfortunately. So we all have a job and a family and you name it. So really have to make sure that we can put the training in our daily life, and consistency is really the key in this type. So you can do every day something that will keep you up to reach your goal, and so have your competition date strongly in mind. Ask yourself, how much time do you have until your goal, until your race? Ask yourself, how much time can you do you have to dedicate to really get to the start line well prepared? Make a plan or get a plan, and steadily improve then week by week. So really try to rise up, for example, the amount of kilometers per week you will need to really be ready then on the start line. Also have some milestones just for your control and also for your motivation. Maybe there is a smaller race you want to participate, so this is also a good option, really just getting to some kind of races, and then just saying, or just showing up by it's a training session for me now. So you will race then, but it's more for training and just to get then really well prepared to your main race of the season. Yeah, keep your race always inside. So every time you train, every time you practice, always be in this mindset that you are now in the race. So also when you do some easy sessions, how does it feel? Maybe you have a bad day. So bad days are always very, very good to just lift your mindset up and just make sure if there is a bad day in the race or you have a bad moment in the race, just yeah, you already practiced that, you are ready for this, and you can just, I don't know, have a drink or have a snack during the race, and then this will also lift you up and you are ready to go and fight until your finish line. And yeah, if you are all you all have these kind of tips in mind, but you're still yeah, you are still in this situation, you say, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to get a plan. So make sure you get a coach, and yeah, and try to get a training plan from a good coach who will just support you, get you in time to the start line, um, generate you a concrete roadmap to your goal, to your vision. A training plan is also always perfectly timed to your goal. You have a point of contact at your side, so once you will lose kind of motivation, you can contact your trainer. He will say, you are right, you can do it, we will push you forward. Also, a training plan always pushes you more than yourself would do. And you can always check in with your trainer. How is it going? What kind of things would you need to adjust maybe? Or you have a case of illness or absence. So a trainer always can adapt to some certain things of things which are just going up in life. So this will always also help you to get to your goal. So, and my question to you is now, does somebody have a plan or a trainer already? So just put it in our chat. Let me know. So there's no one with a trainer or a coach or a training plan. Okay, we will see how you prepare for your next races. So I hope I will see some people of you in Troja. So maybe then we can just share some training tips together. All right, and now heading to Stefan. Stefan, do you want to?
Sorry, Martina. Can I step in
Yes.
for some reason?
Yes.
Sorry, Stefan. I mean, we got some new participants, and it's, for example, it's Bruno Sofara, who is the organizer of Troja next week's time, and we also got Joan Perrignot from France, and he's like you participant in Troja, and Joan has to leave in 5 minutes time, so he should get some input from Bruno regarding weather conditions, water temperature, and so we can continue with the right tips from Stefan afterwards.
Yes.
So Bruno, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for getting late to the call. Good to have you all online. So, yeah, I just arrived from a triathlon fair where I was also promoting our race and swimrun in general. We will have good weather. Hopefully, it will not change. A bit hot for some of you. Probably it will be around 22, 23 degrees, okay? But will not be too sunny, but expect to be a bit hot, okay? The water temperature will be around 15, 16 degrees, which, okay, so for some of you probably will not be as cold as you're used to in this part of in this time of the year. but because it rained a lot in the last month, and it was kind of unstable, so the water temperature is not very high. So for the course, it's not a hilly course, but it's a bit sandy, and in some ways you have to run in the sand, but it's not very complicated. We'll have for the teams and for the World Championship and the solo, the standard race, we'll have a big crossing or a longer swim to a desert bank of sand, and will be nice. It's the longest swim due to the conditions of the sea. Will have the distance will be around 1 kilometer, but might be a bit less because of the tides. But there we can all have that in the weekend, and we will have you can check on the details on our webpage, the 8 stations and the distance. Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, exactly. You see, though, that
is the smaller one. This is the sprint
final.
One. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't open the standard course, so it doesn't show me any pictures.
It's not working.
No.
So it's the Google Maps. It's tricking us. Sorry. So, but
it's okay.
But the longer one, you see that island more in the left. You see they go a little bit further down. Then I can
like this.
I will send this week around Thursday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, the athlete guide in English also, with all the recommendations and with all the details. But yeah, you're looking at this one. It's the sprint one. Yes. Yeah. So the standard will go to that island in the beginning. You see on your left. Okay, that one. And we'll go a bit more south, a bit, where you go, you swim there. We have 2 more swim legs there. Mm-hmm. So what I can tell you, we have this year, I know you were also talking about plans and coaching and everything. I also can advise you, and I will share with you we're having the support of the brand. I think you guys might know the Precision Hydration. So we have already a plan on their website for both of the distance, where you can see a bit how it will be the consumption, the calories, and what you might need. From our side, we'll have their products, gels, in the 8 stations, and also we'll have isotonic, also electrolytes. It's from them, so it's a good upgrade for our races, and of course for you guys that are participating. So we will have a good refreshments in the 8 stations for you. Do you have any other question?
Well, maybe.
Everything clear for you?
Say again?
Everything clear for you? I mean, you have to win over there.
Me?
So everything is clear. So I just heard kind of sandy beaches. This might be really difficult to run on sandy beach. But
no, but your feet won't be, how can I say, you won't be in the sand, because you will be near the water, and the sand will be more, thick. You don't have. Okay, I'm not putting you guys in Marathon de Sable. Okay. But yeah, it's a bit more technical, because it's not you don't have hills. It's not a hilly course, so it's that's a bit more difficult. But it's not only sand. You have also sand roads, normally the banks. So you also have a part where you go in bike, because you're going to be inside the resort, into a resort. So there are some parts that you have also urban. A bit you go on bikeways. You know what is bikeways?
Yes,
a bit.
Yes.
So you have a bit of mix of everything. So it's not 100%.
And we will also visit the ruins of Troja.
Yes. You'll be there in that lagoon. That lagoon, when the tide is up, it gets filled of water. When it's not, it gets more swampy, and you have wildlife there, and that's a natural reserve that we have to have special authorization to pass by. So it's very beautiful. That's an area where it's very nice. And you go by the ruins, and then you go south and you go swim inside the river, which is the inside coast, and then at the sea. So you get two different views and swims.
Wow. Well, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Paul, a question, what about the waves over there? Is it like at the Algarve, big waves, smaller
No,
ones?
I should say the waves, it depends if we have south winds, but at the moment, in the predictions, they are not, I have not that prediction, okay? That forecast, sorry. But it won't be very wavy. Inside the river, it's not wavy at all. So it's probably, but also we are starting very early in the morning, so even the wind will pick up a bit more around 11 midday, but it's not, expected to have more wind. Yeah.
Do we have to expect jellyfish?
No, they're not jellyfish here.
Okay.
If they are,
And
but
the
they're
course
not.
is well marked.
What?
The course is well marked.
I've not net marked yet, but I will sure, because I'll mark it myself. So,
Okay.
and at the beginning or at the moment, I don't think, because the people are aware, do not take markings and all that. But of course, we do our best to have with the markings, and in the urban areas we will also have signs, direction signs, okay? And we also have volunteers in the most sensible parts of the course, so in and out of the water, so the usual package for a swim run race.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you all want to know from Bruno so far to get ready for Troja? No. Okay.
Otherwise, it's a good question, good hint for Stefan how to deal with all this hot issue and cold water.
Yeah,
what's
also
the ideal material for this, Stefan?
Yes, coming to the material part.
So just get you an insight. Depends if you get too cold in the water or not, because we don't have long swims. So sometimes people go on a tree suit so they won't overheat in the running, because it will be hot, and we don't have many shades. But I think the course is balanced in terms of running and getting in the water, so you get also refreshment between the running and the swimming sections. If I make myself clear, you don't have, for example, you don't have, like in some races, 10K or 11K of run, so that's more painful in terms of heat than to have a more balanced sections. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Bruno. Stefan, please unmute your microphone and get ready to your part of the right equipment.
Yeah. Okay. Did you prepare any kind of sheet? No.
Yes. Just for
okay.
very short.
Hello to everyone. Sorry for my delay, but I was out with my swim team for an event on the weekend. I'm still coaching young swimmers, and there's always a problem with the traffic. Then when you must be at home, you come late. So that's the reason why. Bruno, can you tell us again the temperature of the water you expect and of the air you expect?
Yeah, the air temperature, let me check while I'm here speaking with you also.
Plus minus.
Yeah, it's around, I'm getting here for Sunday. Now it's not cloudy. It will be more sunny, and it will be around minimum 14 and the maximum 24. So it might come up a bit more, For you to get noticed, now it's 28 degrees So it will be a bit more colder. And in terms of water, it will be around 15, 16 degrees. Okay. So it's not completely frozen, but yeah. I should say completely frozen because I've swum in Loch Ness with 5 degrees, so that's cold.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, it's not so untypical conditions at the end between water and air temperature, but when we talk about the equipment and about the balance of not overheating during the running and not to becoming too cold in the water, first of all, you have to check yourself, your personal feeling and your personal sensitivity. This is the most important point because everyone is different. So during the Corona winter, we swam all winter long in a lake here, Martina, me, and some other guys. And some of our friends who are extremely powerful long distance swimmers, so 25, 30 kilometers, they get frozen out of the water after 40 minutes. And for me, it was no problem. For example, with swimming with lesser equipment, so with a really normal wetsuit, 1 hour, 1 hour 30. Okay, I'm a little bit too fat still, and but this is not the main issue. The main issue is really the personal body behaving, how quick you come cold. And I'm always a little bit nervous when people are doing swim run in equipment which don't help to keep the personal temperature. You can manage this with your body energy, but at the end, you have about 100% of energy. You can use this energy to run fast, to swim fast, or to heat your body. That's up to you. If you want to use this energy to heat your body, then you have less energy to run fast and to swim fast, or to run long and swim long distances. So this is the balance what really everybody has to check by himself. It's at the end, it's all about your needs, and it's about the conditions what you are used to have. And overheating during running is normally not the biggest problem. If you have a short neoprene, a shorty means short sleeves and short legs, because during the run you should be able to open your suit with the front and the back zipper. I know there is a trend that you have some of the brands are only offering a front zipper. Then you need normally your partner to get the suit over the shoulder. It's much more difficult to get rid of a suit if the suit has a front zipper than if it has a back zipper. This is to do with the cut style, and that the back zipper is longer. It goes more up to the neck. The front zipper is not going up to the same position here, logical wise. It's stopped here. And then if you have a little bit more massive shoulders, typical swimmer shoulders, then it can be very hard to get out of the suit with your shoulders during the run. This is something you have to test by yourself, and this should be an important topic when you buy a suit. Swim run suit should be really, you should be able to put down the top of your swim run suit by yourself relatively easily. This is my idea about swim run suits. About the thickness of the swim run suit, I know there's a trend also that some brands are very looking after to being the lightest. When we speak about a more heavy suit and a more light suit, maybe in the wet, in the wet situation of the suit, what is the important situation? We discuss about 300, 400, maybe 500 gram difference. So sometimes when I'm on the finish line, I'm surprised that a lot of athletes are coming to the finish line and they open the suit and they take out 2 bars, 3 gels, and 1 bottle, half a liter, because they didn't need it, because they have it, I don't know why, with them. And then I thought, okay, very important that you take care about the lightness of the suit. If you carry 1 kilo, 1.2 kilos, nonsense with you, because normally many organizers of the swim run races like Andreas or Bruno or also Mike, they take care about that you get enough nutrition during the race. Yeah, it's not the worst thing to have 200 milliliter as a SOS package with you, but this is also what you have in your mind. That's at the end, in general, when you talk about your swim run equipment, that you really take care about the real needs. As lighter a suit is, as more fragile normally it is. This is a logic in making products and making sport equipment. And if you, my personal idea always was, I never want to have an athlete out in the field in the middle of the race, which can be a really lonesome situation, that the zipper of a suit can break or the seam of a suit can be open. You have then to swim from the island to the next island, or from one place to the other place, and you get not anymore the temperature management because the suit is broken. I don't mean that every light suit is a fragile suit, but I should say, as lighter you get, as more the risk is becoming bigger that you get these problems. This is just my opinion. So find the right balance, what you need, and never look about the weight first. The first thing is look about the fitting. Not every brand fits the same, luckily. Otherwise, many people don't find the right suit. Second is check the functionality of the suit. Get you the pockets in the way you need. Get you the zipper in the right way that you get off of the suit. And the third thing should be the weight. If you for your personality or for your personal feeling, is the weight so important? When we talk about this, let's say spring, autumn weather conditions in mid-Europe, where like we have now in Portugal, that we have some cold water, a little more cold maybe than the air during the day. Normally the water temperature during the day is not increasing in the same way like the air temperature. You can start in the morning with sleeves. You can put them off during the day and you can put them into your back of the suit. You can starting with neoprene knee protection, what is really a big help as well, especially in the morning. So if you look on Italy, on the World Champs, the morning is always cold because there's no sun at that time when they start, and the first swims are not really super warm. Many of the top athletes, they start with sleeves and with knee warmers, and they take it off during the day and they carry it in the back pocket of the suit. Or you use, if it's warmer, a lycra sleeve, what helps a lot. It's much better than to have the water and especially the wind direct on your skin. If you have a light suit and you go now to a race which is colder, you can help yourself with a neoprene vest under the suit with 0.51 millimeter. There are some brands they're offering this kind of vest and jammers. So this is something you really have to find in the personal way. And I can only put this information really on the top of your topic list. Equipment is something what is really important. Equipment should work, and you should not think about that during the race or in the last days before your preparation of the race. When the weather conditions, the air in the water is really super warm, so summer conditions, then triathlon suit can be a solution. There are race organizers who believes, and I don't think it's so wrong, that a triathlon suit is not the best choice, because a triathlon suit is not giving you any kind of floating support, and swimming with shoes, swimming again and again in open water can be really tough, and you can get any kind of trouble. And if you have a floating device in the suit, even if it's a lycra suit, then it might help. And it's not only the pool boy, because if you are in trouble because you lost the pool boy, then your suit giving you no support in floating, this is not really so super good. And I remember, I think it was 2017, Yeah, this is ages ago in the swim run world, because the market is so young, it's growing so fast, and it's developing so fast. Even after Corona was not the best situation for everyone, especially for a young sport. But nevertheless, the sport is growing and developing. When we produced the first Lycra suit, Michael Lamble was very critical, because he said, I don't like to have a suit without floating. And if you look on some traditional races, you still see they ask to have a neoprene suit. And the base of this reason, or the reason of that, is that they like to have suits with floating. So I think this is not so unimportant to have a floating device in the suit, fixed in the suit, better than just to have the pool boy, or only the pool boy. Yeah, that's what I want to say about this this neoprene. I don't speak about any preferred brand now, because as I said, fitting is the first thing, and then you have some details you have to check for yourself, and the last thing is then the weight, and then you get a lot of suits in the market, which are good and which are for you, which are maybe better for you. And for ladies, sometimes if a lady has a very athlete body, then sometimes the men's suits has a better fitting than the ladies' suits for this lady. Not for every lady, but I know in the World Elite top 10 ladies, I think there were 3 years ago, we had 3 teams. They were using a men's suit, 3 out of 10. Because I was not happy with the fitting of the ladies' suits with them. They were not happy, and then we tried a men's suit, and it works, or the unisex suit, and it works much better. So do we have any questions about the neoprene? What you want to ask about the suit? No, this is the no question. Maybe not today. When we talk about the second part of the equipment, means paddle and pool boys and calves, then you should be used to swim with the pool boy. I like if we are on an event and there is a booth and people are buying stuff, but normally now I shoot in my own knee on some events, but it should be the better solution to buy the products before and to try it, or the day before, and you try it. And if you talk about back pain, yes, a pool boy can help you a lot, even in training and against back pain, because your water position is that what is this floating and the flow effect. And many people who are not native swimmers and are not used to swim a lot from when they were young boys or young girls, from the youth, the legs, especially with the shoes creates a dragging what costs you about 10 to 15 seconds, depending on your shoes and your new water position, swimming with shoes or without shoes, per 100 meter, 10 to 15 seconds. And that means as longer you swim, your body is going more and more in this direction. You try to absorb or to manage this if you get in the position like Martina on the picture here, and then you overstress your muscles, and so it's better to swim with a pool boy. I have some clients in swimming, also in triathlon, they have problems with the back, and they swim then with a pool boy, with a large pool boy. The new Orza, for example, Plus is a really large pool boy, and that helps them a lot, really a lot, especially people who are not used to use your legs. And in swim run, you don't use your legs, because you have shoes, and with shoes to making kicks, it's not really easy and it's not very efficient. So the one thing is, and that is what I always say, bring your body, the center of your body. Martina spoke about stamina training some minutes ago. If you're not the best person in this, the pool boy helps you. So you do a little bit lesser training and you buy a bigger pool boy, can be a solution. So it's not the best solution, but it's a solution.
Yes.
But don't forget that you have a second part of your leg, means the part under your knee. And this part is far away from your stamina. And as more far away from your stamina, something is, and the shoes are very far away from your stamina area, from your body core area, as bigger is the effect, the negative effect on you, as bigger is the, I don't know the word in English, the Hebel, we say in Germany. So and so you think about to swim with calves and to swim run with calves. So with short lycra or neoprene calves, what you put on your lower leg part, with a floating device on the front side. If you lay on your in the freestyle position on the front side, on the bottom down position, that you get this lift, and then you can really get out of the problems of a back pain. And swimming with a back pain and then have to run, this is against human rights. Yeah, so you should not do this. Yeah, you should not do this, and that costs you so fucking lot of energy. So check it. Be careful, especially the persons who are very light. Don't use a too big pool boy. If you use a too big pool boy with too much flotation, then your hip getting too and your butt get too high, and that is also a negative effect. So please don't use a big pool boy if you are light and if you are maybe a little bit shorter and a little bit slimmer. If you are, I would say that it's about with 75 kilos that you really can use. If you have 75, 80 kilos, you can use the really large pool boy. As always, it's only advice. There is no rule. There's nothing what is the truth. The truth is what you personally, how you personally feel. Every one of us is different. Is what I can give to you now here in a webinar is just a general line, not this is right, this is wrong. This is not, if I say this is right and this is wrong, this is absolutely wrong. Okay.
Okay. The only rule I know is what you bring to the start line, you need to bring also to the finish line. And thank you, Stefan. Coming to the finish lines. Andreas, willst du noch was? Do you want to say anything, Stefan?
Just about pedals. Please do the same with pedals. It's also far away from your stamina when your hands come into the water. And I know swim run athletes love to swim super big pedals. As sometimes I have the feeling that you get a award for the biggest pedal, and now the trend is with the carbon pedals, which are super stiff and super hard. But please trust me, if your technique is not perfect, if your technique in swimming for the stroke is not really good, use a little bit of smaller pedal. You will need your shoulders in your life after swim run. And in a normal day, and this is something what is really important. I don't discuss about which shape and which quality and blah blah of the pedal, but check it really. And Martina spoke about counting the strokes, and we had this in the last webinar as well. This situation how to check yourself, you control yourself with counting the strokes. And you can do this with the pedals as well. Swim 10 times 50 meters and count your strokes. And if you need then after the 5th, 6th, 7th, 50 meter, more strokes than on the first, then maybe the pedal is too big, because then you cannot control it anymore. Just very simple advice. And you can give this to everyone in your community, because I can tell you, when we are out on the events, people ask so many times about my far too big pedals. And then I say, don't do this, and they buy it. And then I see them in the race, and after the second or third swim, they don't use the pedals anymore because they get out of control, and then it's super, super bad.
Yeah,
so be smart with things like this. You can buy new pedals. Pedals cost 20 euros, so it's not really, it's not like a car.
Thank you, Stefan. Andreas, do you want to give us some insight about the MySwimRun-Championships?
Yes, thank you, Martina. Well, I guess most of the participants know most of it, but maybe some new information. I mean, maybe you know that you have to be qualified in 2025 in 2024 for MySwimRun-Championships, which changed. We are in the third year now. and we will have 4 different world championships from the distance. So I guess that's important. That's the major concept of our championships, that we want to be fair for everybody, not only to have championships for 75K, that not everybody can join that, but we offer championships for sprint, for half marathon, and now also for ultra with about 60K. That's I guess that's more fair. Besides the general concept that we a combination of different organizers now in 10 countries with 12 events. We have different race lengths of each of the races, and you can qualify at all of our races for championships already for 2025. So I've seen that Mike Alexander is also in the chat. I mean, we've seen already Bruno Safara from Portugal. He's one of the organizers. I mean, Mike Alexander is organizer in UK or in Wales, and I just read yesterday that he will also organize an ultra race for next year. So, Mike, if you're also present here, maybe you can tell us a little bit of this very new information about your 60K race in Wales.
Oh, hello, Stefan.
Mike.
I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
So surprise.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, so it's a bit, I don't want to say too much at the moment, but it's definitely to do with the traveling through the terrain. Which means there's 2 big estuaries involved. It's in Snowdonia National Park in Wales. There's a lake, there's a freshwater lake involved. So there's seawater, salt water going into river, freshwater lake, quite a lot of height gain, about 1,800 meters of height gain, which is probably nearly 6,000 foot. About 60K. It's not loads of in and outs in terms of, there's not loads and loads of transitions, which, you know, something I like that as well, but the terrain doesn't suit. It suits kind of longer swims and longer runs. So that's probably all I'll say for now. It won't be happening this year, but next year. Yeah.
Great. So, I mean, this year we do have ultra championships in Finland, and Martina already registered for it, so maybe
Yes.
she will be very interested for 2025 to have the championships in Diffie for the ultra distance.
Especially, I have been to the Snowdonia National Park, and I know that we went up to the Snowdon Hills. So yeah, it can be also quite cloudy, probably wet.
Yes, it can be. It can be. It doesn't go super high. Well, depends what you mean by. But yeah, it can be. It can be cloudy. Yeah.
Maybe Mike, because Mike he has a weekly podcast, so maybe you can put your link to the podcast in the chat, because it's very interesting. He has very interesting people and issues in his weekly podcast. So maybe you can put it in that some of our participants can join. Huh?
Yeah.
So going back to the presentation, Martina.
Yes.
So we do have the next championship is in Troja. We tackled it before, and 21st of April we will have the championship for ultra in Finland. We will have the championships for marathon in Immeln in Sweden, and finally the sprint will be in France. I mean, everybody has to be qualified, and you will find the ranking status. Maybe you can click on the ranking status to have to give our participants a clue how it looks like, and now link according to name. There you find, in general, the overview of each of the names. With the names, you see if they're qualified for sprint, half marathon, and so on. So you can easily find your name and if you are qualified for the championships. So I mean, a lot of people are looking to the ranking system. We did it for the last 2 years, and of course we will do it again in 2024. And all the events, all our qualifier events will be in this system, and you can always see along the season your status for next year. I mean, we have 2 different options to qualify for 2025. Either you are a winner of one of the qualifying races, then you have a direct qualification for 2025, or you have enough points. I mean, we say about within the first 300 athletes, then you are also qualified for the races. So going back to the sheet again. That are the rules. I mean, we already talked about the latest information for Troja. Short information for the Friendship Battle for Nations 2024. I mean, we will have about 20-25 teams from about 10 nations. I mean, I'm really happy that a lot of really fast athletes, well-known athletes like Mathieu Poulain from France, and also Juan Perignon, who left the session. He was champion of the European champion of the sprint. So there are many really famous athletes from France and also from the other countries. Also, Mike is with a team from Diffie, is joining for UK, for Wales. So that's a really more or less a promotion for SwimRun. We hope that with all these postings we can achieve, and I see the interest with the visits on our homepage, that it will be a really great promotion for the Friendship Battle. We did it last year between Germany and Austria, and almost all the participants are joining again. So it was really a nice month, and it helps to have some additional motivation for training and so on. So Martina, I mean, you're also in a team already?
Yes, I guess.
Yes. I didn't see you registered so far. So
Next week.
Next week. So great. Huh? I mean, there's still 3 weeks time to go. As I said, we have already 18 teams, and it will most likely go to 25 teams from 10 nations. So that will be really fun, and it should be fun also if there are some ambitious teams like Kreuz and Quer from Germany with Michael Gerlach. His goal is to have at least 1 session each of the 30 days. So, but only 1 session doesn't mean how many kilometers. So there are other
Usually
options.
he comes with 2 sessions per day.
Yeah, really. Great. Stefan, you will get in shape.
I'm not Michael.
Yeah, you can swim more.
Okay. We see. I will try to get 9 fantastic athletes, so I can train a little bit slower.
You have Martina.
Yeah, Martina and Dominic and Norbert, and so there will be.
Great.
Yeah, we will pull you.
No, you don't pull me.
Uni, we both are used to pull you, so that's
I love
fine.
you. I love you.
Anyhow, I mean, Stefan, there's a special gift for all participants, also for the participants of the championships. I mean, they get 15% rebate, I get discount, isn't it?
Yes.
So we
will do some special promotions for the battle, but also for the SwimRun Championship during the year. So we will see.
Great. Thank you. Can we move to the next chart, Martina, please?
Yes. Which one?
Next one. Okay.
Did you
It's your
prepare
part.
something else? Nee. Oder? Doch, hier. Sorry,
Yeah, I
here.
mean, okay, German.
That's mixed up a bit. Sorry for that.
Well, I mean, this was information just for the more developed swim runners for the season, but we are going to plan and set up some workshops for beginners. I mean, swim run, as Stefan also mentioned, we are still in development, and there's a lot of potential to get interested athletes in. So,
Yeah.
and we want to help them with the specific informations. So we'll set up some webinars for them. We also want to have for the championships something similar. We do this year at Troja, that we have a training session the day before, so we can test the trails and also the sea or the lakes with the specific material. So we are going this way, and of course all the different initiatives will build up some information in our coaching and partner corner, so that the latest information is always over there.
And if you are around Munich, I will very happy to see you also on the swim run workshop close to Munich at the Lake Karlswald. Here you have the dates. If you want to join, or you know somebody who wants to join, just let us know on our socials. So we will share this. Also, the guys from SwimRun Advice, they are also sharing these workshops. So yeah, we will really be happy to see you on one of our events. Okay.
And if there is a need to get a webinar with guys from your community, or you create something, feel free to contact us. This is a simple way to do things and to bring people some information. We don't have to travel. This kind of calling of webinar is a cool session. And maybe you have anywhere people you need such support. Maybe you do this in your country or with your community, but you need one of us. Feel free to ask us. I think Martina and we are always happy to give you support and to do something for the community.
Of course.
Okie doke.
Okay, so we reached the end with a little bit more of time than expected. But does somebody have still some questions?
Yeah, I wanted to ask how I'm sorry if I'm the only one who hasn't understood it. How are the points awarded in the friendship battle? So is it to do with the length of the sessions, the number of the sessions that you? Yeah.
Andreas, it's your part.
Yeah, it's just the length. So you just add your kilometers from swimming and running. It must be at least 2 kilometers, and it must be at least 2 runs and 2 swims. So the rest is up to you. So it's not how fast and so on. It's just the length of the training session, and you can also put up more than 1 session a day. So,
and also, in how much time do you need between, say, for example, I do a run, but then I do the swim an hour later? Does that count, or they have to be close together?
They should be within 1 session. There should not be a a time delay. I mean, there can be a delay of 1 minute about, let's say, if you go out of the water because you're swimming in a pool, so that wouldn't be a problem. But it shouldn't be two separate sessions like this.
So it should be a real swim run.
A real swim run, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy, but I live in UK. I've lived
And you're starting for Alpe Adria or for what team?
Sorry?
Do you start for Alpe Adria team or for what team do you start?
I'm in a team already.
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
team are you in?
Mike's team.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, next team. Okay.
Yeah, the best team.
For sure.
For sure.
We will see.
The best Mike's teams we ever had.
Great.
Good.
All right. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, we hope you had a great time. And we are really happy to see you on one of the next upcoming races. And also feel free to tip on our shoulders and say, hi, I know you from the webinar. And yeah, so see you next time. You will get all the news on our socials or from the newsletter from Andreas. And yeah, so there's nothing about to say than wishing you a very nice evening, very nice Sunday evening. And yeah, and hopefully start the next week with a great swim run.
Yes.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay then.
Arrivederci. Ciao.
Arrivederci. Bye bye.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everybody.
Ciao.
See you soon. Bye bye. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.